Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop, and welcome to the new space. Obviously this is the first video I've done since transforming the workshop, and I think it does look pretty good as a background. Now, I've got the Mallard for you today, usual Monday, back on form. Now, I've got issue 82, and that's the one we're going to be doing today. I was originally going to do issue 83 as well. However, when I've looked through 82, the parts we've got with 82, which are these, we're not doing anything with these. They pretty much do marry up with issue 83, and as you can see, the parts do look similar. Basically, some rods that you can just about see there. And I thought, okay, I'll do both of those because they look like they're going to be the same sort of thing. Yes, they are. No, they're not. In issue 82, we're not doing anything with those. Issue 82, we're actually doing parts that we had in issue 78 and 79, and adding a couple of small details to the tender chassis. Both of these parts are for the main chassis, and they do pretty much group together. So I'll leave that for next week, because it looks like with 83, we are doing these, plus the locomotive brakes, and I think a couple of other bits. So it's a lot longer issue than I originally wanted to do today. So I will only do issue 82, and that just involves a little bit of the tender chassis. So let's get into it. Let's get building.
Welcome to the workshop. Tools are ready to play. We're gonna build something great, starting here today. Piece by piece we go now.
Right, so here we have issue 82 of the Mallard. And this is what we've got, which looked just like that. And so we've got the bar and this fret. And then as we progress, basically it's asking us to drill some holes in those items. So we've got the pilot holes there already, we just need to open them up as we've done with many other things before. But then we're told to store them all away until a future time. Then what we are asked to do is go get parts 79, which is from issues 78 and 79, which are these two. And we're interested in these 4 parts on each of those frets. And what we're just doing is just putting those underneath the little blocks there. And then we're also asked to do a bit of bending to something we've previously fitted. So that's bending these 2 points here and fitting those 4 or 8, 4 on each side, parts just under the axle boxes there. So not a great deal to do, but as I say, we're not touching any of the parts from issue 82. So you can see what we're doing there. We just need to bend them and make sure they're the right distance apart. And then we've got Britain's Railways. And we've got Great Railway Journeys. Now, as I said, I will grab issue 83 and I'll show you that, but that'll be for next time. So 83. I'll just show you the step-by steps that we got on this one. So you can see we've got some parts here, which is, again, more brake rod details. And as you can see, we're moving on to the main chassis. So we're putting together basically all the brake rods for the main chassis. We're drilling out some extra holes in the chassis, putting the rods in like we did similarly with the lower chassis of the tender. We're putting in the brakes. So quite a bit to do on that one. So that'll be next week's, and that's just a bit of a sneak peek for you. So moving on to what we're going to actually do today, we'll put issue 82 to one side, and we get the parts out for this and cleaned up. Now obviously this is a new setup with the cameras and the lights, etc. So do let me know how it works for you and whether this is a better looking system going forward. and I'll make tweaks as an if need be. Right, so that's all of those cleaned up. Now, hopefully you can just about see there is a detail side with 2 rivets on and a plain side. Obviously, the plain side is the bit we want to use to glue on there, keeping that detail in. So we're just going to basically glue those just to the bottom of each of these axle boxes on both sides. And the way I'm going to do it is just place it in the location like so. Get a piece of wire with some glue on it and just touch the bottom like so. That'll be enough to just secure that in place. And this way, at least it's positioned before you put in the glue on, because it can go obviously skew with if you just place it straight on top of glue, and then it's a little bit more difficult to fix it. And as you can see, that one's actually just moved as I've done that. Luckily, because I'm only putting that edge of glue in, it was easy to fix. You can imagine if that was a whole area of glue, it would probably stick and glue a lot more, and then you've got a problem trying to fix it. There's another one of those funny bits on this that you wonder why we're gluing these bits on with the rivet details when there's so much rivet detail in that panel that could have just been done from factory. But that's what those 4 are looking like. I'm going to flip it over and do the same 4 on this side. When doing these, all you have to do is pretty much just touch the edge, and the capillary action will just suck the glue right underneath. So it will still be a very strong bond, even though it looks like I'm only putting glue just on the very edge. And then we've got the last one just going in here. So those 4 are in like so. Now the last thing we need to do for issue 82, where we're not using the parts from 82, is bend these 2 parts in. Now they do have a couple of fold lines. So just going to use a small pair of pliers on this, and just lining it up with the fold line and just bending that in, and then bending this one in as well. Again, just lining up where that fold line is. And then where the final fold line is, just on the tip there, we need to fold that back on itself, like so. the same with this side. Just like that. And we will just grab my ruler. And they need to be 33 millimeters or 33 millimeters. So at the minute, I'm probably a bit wide on that. So what I'll do, I'll just bend these in a little bit further. And bend these out so they're perpendicular. And we take a measurement again. And I think that's pretty much close enough. Maybe just tiny nudge out. And we're pretty much spot on there then. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to hit the like button below and give us a massive thumbs up. So, the Mallard, not a great deal to do. It is what it is. We could have probably done those in issue 79, but it does seem to be the life of the partwork builder, where you get some parts and then you don't use them until the following week or even month. But it is what it is. We are a step closer to the final finished model, so I'm happy about that. And next week, obviously, we know we're going to be using these, and we're going to be doing the brakes on the main chassis for the locomotive itself. So check that out. Obviously, I've moved a few things around for the workshop. So let me know if this is better for you. Obviously, I've added a lot more lighting here. This bench is now very well illuminated, and hopefully going forward, it will improve videos for you guys. This is the first video I've done using the setup, so please do let me know if you enjoyed it and if it is an improvement over the previous videos. If you want to see more of Mallard or anything else that goes on in the workshop, please do remember to hit the subscribe button below and ding the bell for notifications. That way you'll be getting notified when I release a new video going forward. That is absolutely free. Next to that, you'll find a join button. Now, the join button will cost you a small monthly fee. It's less than the price of a cup of coffee, so do consider hitting that. That will give you a little bit of early access to some videos that I release, as well as some exclusive behind the scenes videos that I do of some of the other part works that I've got up here. What I'll do is I'll occasionally release a short video. Now, that might be a short or just a very small video, almost unedited, just showing state of play of where I am and also what I'm doing, and maybe if I'm coming up with a mod or two that you might be interested in producing for your own models as well. So do consider hitting that join button as well. As I said, it will cost you a small fee, but it's less than the price of a cup of coffee, and there's no contract to that. You don't get tied in for years on end. You will get just 1 month subscription, and if you don't like what I produce, then you can cancel it the following month. So please do consider that and becoming part of the workshop crew. Also, alongside that, you'll find my merch store. Now, I've got a couple of little bits in there, which I am going to add to at some point in the future, but primarily got some t-shirts and hoodies and things in there at the moment, as well as stickers, etc. So please do consider checking those out as well. But that is it for now. And as we're only a week into the new year, I think it's still safe to say Happy New Year. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.